In today's episode, I'm going to be sharing how to take the brand new items from Dollar Tree Fall 2023 and make quick and easy, beautiful home decor crafts that look store-bought and a high-end finish. All right, friends, now let's get crafting. I love this round sign from the Dollar Tree, Bless This Home. I thought it was so beautiful with these very trendy colored pumpkins on it, but we're going to jazz it up and make it look a little more high-end than just a $1.25 sign. Go ahead and grab one of these bead wreaths from their floral craft section. We're going to take off some of the beads and we're going to turn it into a handle for the top of the sign. By the time we're done, this is going to look so much more high-end, where it looks like it came from Kirkland's or even Home Goods. It has such a beautiful finish to it by just adding a bead handle and a gorgeous bow that is nice and big with a statement on it. So go ahead and cut that wire down, bring it up around to the front and twist all that wire into place. Just adding this handle and removing that twine handle that was on it before really elevates the look of this and makes it look so much more pricey, and still our ending results for this project is only going to cost us maybe about $3.50. I think probably even just $3. So go ahead and cut your bow down. Go ahead and get all of that into place. And then you can see here that I double up my bow. I just simply line a thinner bow on top of a bigger bow and then tie the bow like you traditionally would make a bow. Now I'm going to go ahead and glue that into place, and I've got some twine here. Maybe we'll say it was probably like $3.75 to make this sign. I just wrapped a bunch of twine around my hands, knotted a knot around the middle of it, cut it down, and to finish it we're going to add on a beautiful star button, and you have a gorgeous high-end new decor piece. I have seen some inspiration online for terracotta pots that have candles in them, and they charge so much. So we're going to make it with the Dollar Tree supplies that have come out this fall season. You're going to need however many terracotta pots you want. We're going to take some foam, some of these LED candle battery operated lights, and some moss. Start by cutting the foam down to size, and I'm going to use some E6000 and some hot glue and put that down into the terracotta pots. Then we're going to take the stand and we're going to glue the stand base for the light onto that piece of foam. Make sure all the foam pieces are the exact same height, otherwise your candles will differ in height when you put the candles in. Go ahead and glue those down, and then you're going to take some more foam and pack it around the sides of that first initial piece. That way so the moss has something nice to hold on to, and when you add in the moss, it is going to create this beautiful farmhouse look for the fall season. I can imagine 5 or 6 of these lined up down the center of a long table for a dinner party, and then you just put pumpkins all around it. This could be such a gorgeous elevated look for the fall season, and you can see here the effort was minimal to make this look. Now, I was thinking about these terracotta pots and I wanted to make them look, I don't know, a little more substantial because they are just terracotta pots, and I thought the idea of bringing in a beautiful chestnut brown onto the bottom part of the pot would really elevate that look. So I went over all 3 of them. I probably should have painted the pots first, but I didn't come to this decision until after I had glued everything in. So if you do like the brown paint, just paint the pots first and then put everything in. And then at this point, I decided to give it more of a fall, cozy farmhouse feel to it. So I'm going to come in and very lightly dry brush on some white paint to add some depth and some character to these pots. And the finished result is just absolutely so beautiful and minimal work. This sign is super trendy right now, and I know a lot of you are trying to get your hands on it. If it hasn't been in your store yet, just make sure you just keep checking back. They're coming to all the stores because this is a $1.25 sign. I'm also going to take one of these other wood signs from years past. They bring them back every year. This cute darling wood pumpkin decor piece. And then we are going to just remove the bow, we're going to remove the twine, and we're going to come in with, well, I'm going to use this. You can paint it whatever color you honestly want. I'm going to go with a really beautiful creamy orange color. I'm going to paint it all over the front and back because Heidi likes a good backside being finished. I like things to look store-bought here on my channel. I don't like things to look, you know, rough on the backside. I just think finish, you know, the job and make it look pretty on both sides. Now, when it comes to working with scrapbook paper, I know that there are a lot of different ways to do it, but this is how I do it. So you can cut it, or you can take your finger and just trace and press along the side. That's going to give you the initial outline. And because I like a farmhouse look, I'm going to come back in with some sandpaper once I glue it down and sand off the extra edges that I don't want. If you want it to be more precise, you could always crease it down very, very nicely, as I did for the first step of this. And then, you know, just come in with your scissors and cut right along that line. But I like my edges to be rough because I like that farmhouse distress look. Not too heavy on the rustic side, but lightly. So you can see that I got all 3 pieces covered with scrapbook paper, and now I'm going to come up at the top, and I thought it would be really pretty to add this texture of the twine on the stem of the pumpkin. And we're going to just wrap around until you have the whole thing covered. Up at the top is the trickiest part. That's why I'm showing you here. I put glue and I just take my time getting the glue to adhere, and once you go around a couple times, it builds it up so it'll stay in place, and then you just glue down the last bit of it. Now on the back, we're going to bring these two together to really elevate that beautiful pumpkin pie sign with the pumpkin. I just thought these two were begging to be together, and it really elevates the look of this sign that is just so pretty. So you can see here that I'm reinforcing my twine with some popsicle stick, and I made a handle, and the backside looks so clean and finished. And I just think, you know, take the extra time to just paint the backside, make it look nice, maybe cover with fabric. That's just me. I like to show everyone here on my channel that it is possible to have a nice backside to your projects. And then to finish, we're going to add on a couple of beautiful bows and a little button. What would fall be without a gorgeous wreath for our doors in our home? So I picked up this wicker white wreath at the Dollar Tree. They restocked their white sunflowers. I made sure to grab some of those. And now I'm coming in with a whole bunch of color with wheat sticks and leaves. I really wanted to just showcase those beautiful colors that we see in the fall time. Some of these beautiful peonies, berries, and then this very last pick is actually from Hobby Lobby. I'll show it a little bit later in this segment for this project. Now go ahead and take your darkest leaf first, glue those down, and then start to come in with the leaves. This is going to fill up that wreath form. And then as we start to come in with the berries, you're going to want to stick around the sides of the wreath, making sure you're filling it out even more. I'm now going to come in with these beautiful grass wheat sticks, and I'm going to just stick those right down in there. Do you see how I'm sticking all along the sides to add that texture and the volume to this wreath? I just keep playing with it, staking them in, gluing them in place, and then when I get that all to the place I like, I now can come in with my florals. I'm going to start placing all of my white sunflowers in the spots that I have a little bit more of balding areas. I'm going to glue those in because those are a very large item. They're going to do a lot of coverage for those spots, but I like to sporadically place those kind of evenly around the wreath. And then I'm now going to come in with these beautiful just sunset pink, orange, peachy colors of this peony, and I'm going to just stake those into the wreath in different areas. Now this is that pick I've grabbed from Hobby Lobby, and I'm just going to cut a couple of these because I wanted to bring in a little bit more white to make sure that the white sunflowers don't look stark on it. Anytime you use an off color from something that's really bright and colorful, you want to come back in with another version of that start color, which is the white sunflower, and then add a little bit more texture in with a different type of floral, but the same color. And that's how you get a beautiful finished look. I had a video come out a couple of days ago where I took this particular wreath and I styled it on some thrift flips. Make sure to check out that video at the end of this video. I will link it. And if you haven't already, please do give this video a thumbs up. I saw this large sign and they were next to each other on the wall of all the new Dollar Tree signs. And I thought, I'm going to put 3 of them together and make this just look so high end. I'm now going to remove the raffia bow and the leaves gently off of the sign because we are going to be painting these 2 white autumn signs. Once you've got everything off, you're going to go ahead and come in with whatever color orange you would like. I'm going to be going with a really beautiful creamy orange. I'm going to just paint over that, and you can see that it's opaque. The bottom artwork is still shining through. It's going to take about 3 to 4 coats depending on what type of paint you're using. Once it's all painted, I'm now going to come in and do a little bit of distressing with a dry brown paintbrush. And I'm just lightly bringing up that texture like you would see on a pumpkin. Once they are dry, I'm now going to line them up on my cutting mat where it's got all these grids. It's going to help me put them together really straight. I'm going to add on some glue on the edge, on the inner side of these 2 pumpkins sitting here, and then I'm going to put on this happy fall. It's amazing how the sign was cute as is, but when you bring 3 of them together, it really does bulk up the value and the look of these. And I'm only spending, you know, $1.25 for each of these signs, and I'm reusing the leaves, and I'm adding on just a couple of little things. So all in for this project, it's going to cost me about $4, maybe $4.50 at the most. Like I wouldn't even say $4.50, maybe $4.25 for all of this high-end look to come together. And that's the thing I love about Dollar Tree DIYs. When you bring a couple of pieces together, you really can just elevate the look of just one simple sign. And it's just fun to be creative and customize things and bring things together and just dream up crafty things. I know I'm not the only one that feels this way. It's just such a fun hobby to be able to make home decor that looks so high end for a fraction of the cost, because this particular sign, with how big this is, Hobby Lobby sells signs that are like this that are easily $30, $35. So now I've added some twine and some fabric around the stems of my pumpkins. I'm bringing back in the green leaf into the middle. That was from one of the other autumn white signs. Added a bow, added a button, and now on the back we're going to have a nice substantial rope back there to help hold up the weight, because it is heavy with these 3 signs and how large it is. And we're going to add on some glue. I like to fray the ends of my rope, add the glue, and then glue some more, and then take a popsicle stick that I cut down to size and glue that right on top to complete that look. And there you have it, friends. 5 quick and easy home decor items that you can make for your home that are on a budget, that gets you that beautiful high-end finished look that takes very little time to do. Crafting should be easy, it should be fun, and it should be enjoyable, and it should be on a budget. Why not? Let's do it all together. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate each and every single one of you every single time you stop to visit with me. I'm going to recommend a couple episodes right here. If you enjoyed this one, you might enjoy one of these. I hope you get a chance to be in your craft rooms today. And until the next episode, bye friends.